Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new Providence, Rhode Island guide of this week review. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Happy Fragrant Friday. My name is Ben. This is That Cologne Guy. I have new content every single Friday. And if you like the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And make sure you smash that notification bell, especially if you watch me on your phone. You've seen the title and you have seen the description. And so you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute. Third week in a row. Is it possible that he's delving into his collection for the third week in a row? Could this be the Holy Trinity? Could this be the trilogy? The trifecta? All right. And indeed, it is. None other than Amen Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. It is high time, my friends, that I review this fragrance. It's criminal, in fact, that I have not reviewed it after all this time. You know, the third week in a row, I'm delving into my own collection, and I really have had so much fun. Of course, I didn't need to wear this week, but I did anyway, just because I wanted to take a walk down memory lane. I love this juice. This is a masterpiece, and I'm going to enjoy reviewing this so very much to talk about here. So let's talk about the house first of all. So the fashion designer, it looks like Thierry Mugler. Okay, so his name is Thierry Mugler. If my French pronunciation is at all close, it looks like Thierry Mugler. And so, of course, it goes without saying that a lot of people will just simply say Thierry Mugler. But I did want you to know that some people try to do, they're okay with saying Thierry. They'll say it Thierry, but then they'll say Mugler or Mugler. And I think it is Thierry Mugler, if I am not mistaken in my French pronunciation. I've said for years that anyone can help me out, and I've never gotten anybody to correct it. So I don't know if I'm right or if just no one in Quebec or France or any French-speaking country is watching my channel. So who knows? If I'm completely wrong, it's just between me and you. All right, so that would be Thierry Mugler is the house, the man, and then he put out truly a game changer, which was Amen. And just like Prada Amber, it's got like 7 names to it, so we have an identity complex here again. But I think it's because of like copyright or trademark, because sometimes it's called Amen, A asterisk men, so it's not like Amen, Amen. And then in other countries it's called Angel Men. So I don't know if it's like a Lynx Axe issue where they had to change it because of the country. But either way, it's called Amen, A asterisk men, or Angel Men. And that was a gourmand that really changed the fragrance industry. It is an amazing fragrance. And I don't know if you guys, I mean, for those of you who are watching, YouTube fragrance reviews way back in the day, you might remember, I think his last name was Westcott, but his name was Tim. And I think it was Tim Westcott, if I'm not mistaken. So, and he was like a dude who would review like in his bedroom of his apartment. Do you remember that guy? Let me know if you do. It's been a long time ago. And then all of a sudden he just disappeared off the face of the earth. So I don't know what happened there. But he was one. That was when I stumbled upon Amen, the original. And then since then they put out all of these flankers that are called Pure. So there's like Pure, obviously Pure Malt, and then there's Pure Havana and Pure Zest, and then there are more. So let's just get this out of the way right now. You guys like Pure Havana. I don't know what it is about that one. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't like it as much. I'm not passionate about it like you guys. People love Pure Havana. It's a like for me. I mean, I don't absolutely love it. And and Pure Zest was a pass for me personally. I don't like Pure Zest. If I want to smell like, if I want to smell like the orange peel thing, then I already have Terre d'Hermes, so I'll just stick with what I got because you cannot beat that anyway. So I don't really get Pure Zest. I don't like it. And then Pure Havana, I like it. I just don't like it as much as you guys do. People love that thing. And then this is just ridiculous when it comes to, this is a masterpiece. It is epic. Indeed, and it is, to steal one from subscriber Julio, it is iconic indeed. For me, at least, it's one of the finest. And I noticed on Fragrantica right before I started recording that this is rated by you guys as a 4.46 out of 5, which is anything over 4.2 is practically unheard of. So a whopping 4.46 is just outstanding, and it deserves that. So that's the house. This is a 2009 release. It is an amber woody, and I was not able to get the parfumé, so I apologize for that. So let's talk about, and then the name, of course, I've talked about. This is a flanker. It is Amen Pure Malt, and then supposedly this has been aged in a whiskey cask. I don't know if it's actually been aged. I think it's just probably been put in it, and it might not even have been that. It might just be synthetic notes. You guys can let me know if it's, but that's what people say anyway. It certainly does have a whiskey cask aged smell to it. I will give it that, and I'll just tell you right now that the whiskey and coffee mixed is just is truly sublime. So that's the house. That's the year. We don't know the parfumé. This is a flanker. We've talked about that. And now let's get to the presentation. I'll just tell you, when it comes to this one right now, this is an easy review because every category is going to be a 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10, whatever, 100 out of 100, except for one. So I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag right now and just tell you this is a 5 out of 5 spray review for me easily. And the only, and I mean only, reason why I would not give it the coveted bonus spray is just because the bottle is just hashtag cringeworthy, as they say. It really is. The rubber, this rubber thing, just, it's not working for me at all. This is a masterpiece, and it belongs in a spectacular bottle. They really dropped the ball there when it comes to the bottle itself. Just to give you an idea, when I first got this, this was my first one. I think I had I had a sample of Amen, but I never had a full bottle. And I know sometimes it's like a silver canister, the original, and then other times it's rubber. But the pure malt, to my knowledge, is only available in this rubber bottle. But either way, it's the most common one. Let's just put it that way. And a guy on YouTube had like this tutorial, like a DIY of how to use the rubber bottles of Thierry Mugler, and I thought, oh, that's a little much, right? It's a little over the top. It's probably not necessary. And then I sprayed and used this for about 2 or 3 days, and I quickly realized that he was right, and it was totally necessary to make a tutorial. And so I went back, and you can actually see I followed what he said, and I cut the rubber so that it would, the way he said, to make sure that it sprayed properly. Now it sprays fantastically, but that's only because I had to do a little MacGyver work here, and that's a shame. So I'm just telling you right now, if there's a flaw in this fragrance, I certainly can't find it. And I would certainly disagree with anybody, of course, who says there is. But I can't give the coveted extra bonus spray only because of the hashtag cringeworthy bottle. I'm not feeling it at all. I don't get it. I'm not sure why they did that. Unfortunate, because a juice like this belongs in a spectacular bottle, and the presentation should be phenomenal. All right, so on the bottom, it's got the things you would imagine, of course. It's got the Amen Pure Malt, and you can see there that it's the A*Men with Pure Malt, and then his signature. And you can also see this is pretty dirty. I have had this forever and a day, probably a decade. And why am I saying that? Here's the deal. I went and looked at the batch code. Yeah, you can see that there, right? Oh, there it is. So see that batch code? I checked the batch code on 2 different sites, and it says 202201. You can see it again. I will put it back up and try to get the lighting. There we go. See that? See that right there? So I checked 2 sites, and both of them said that 2021-01 would be a February 2022 release batch. And that can't be, because this thing is a 2009 release, and I've had it for I've had it for at least a decade. It's got to be coming up on a decade that I've had this thing. I've had it for a very, very, very long time, and I only use it for extremely special occasions. And usually that means with my black leather jacket when I go to concerts. And so I have not even gone through halfway through this bottle, and I've had it forever. So I'm not sure what the batch code is doing there. I'm not sure if that was a mistake on their part, or if the batch code checker was just automatically putting that as 2022. I don't know. Because 2022-01, 2022-01 should not necessarily mean the year. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's the expiration. You guys can help me out. So if you have this and you have a batch code, let us know what it is, or if you can help us out in any way, because I know that this is not February of 2022, because I've had it for about a decade. So that was a little odd. So when it comes to presentation, again, the atomizer itself is just fantastic now, because I cut into this and made it spray easily. So I'll give you guys a spray here. And as you can see, a lot is emitted, and now, the room smells of pure malt. Exquisite. I mean, it is absolutely exquisite. One of my personal favorite fragrances of all time. Definitely in my top 10, and I would even put it in my top 5 of all time, designer or niche. I like this one that much, and it pains me not to give a 6 out of 5 for this guy. So let's get to the notes. When you, in the initial spray, which is right now for me, you're going to get kind of a fruity mix of, for me, it's orange and bergamot. They list that, but for me, it's more orange. It's top heavy for orange in my estimation. And then all of a sudden, then it really gets down to business with the coffee and the cedar and some vanilla and peat. So peat would be the soil, and when they're talking about Scotch, right? So if something is very peaty, if it's peaty, then of course it's going to be very earthy soil in its Scotch. So people who like different types of Scotch, one is a peaty type, and that of course is very earthy. So it's just an amazing mix of orange, a little bergamot for me, a dash of vanilla at the end. I don't really get too much vanilla, but I really get a lot of coffee and whiskey. This is a very confident fragrance. It definitely wears well on my skin, and I really the smell itself. I can give you the notes, but we're talking regal. It is a very confident man's fragrance, and I love that about this fragrance. It's just it's another one that can alter your day, that kind of fragrance, right? It really can. Kind of like a Jubilation 25 by Amouage that I've said this before, certain fragrances can really change or set the tone or mark the celebration, of today. So it really does, though. For me, this is one of them. If I ever did an episode where I talked about, fragrances that can instantly put you in a positive, confident frame of mind. And I know you guys also feel the same way. You have fragrances that do that for you. This would be one of them for me, without the shadow of a doubt. So those are the notes, but really, it just, quite frankly, you will be confident, regal, and you will just kick a lot of ass. All right, so it's hashtag alpha male time, folks. It really is. So now it just keeps getting better, because this is an EDT, and the longevity is ridiculous on this one. This one wears extremely well, especially for an EDT. I'm clocking in at 12 to 16 hours, and that is just superb. I love that about the longevity. And then the projection is outstanding. So the projection will be about an arm's length away for definitely into double digits from 10 hours onward. And sillage is also all systems go, my friends. So if you're wearing this and you want to get noticed, unsolicited compliments, people asking you what you wear, you will certainly get that from this. This is another one that I'd be very, very, very careful with if you're going to wear it in the daytime at the office. This is definitely a nighttime, romantic, sexy, clubbing, getting noticed fragrance. But if you do wear it to the office, just be very, very careful and go easy on the trigger for this one. So all good news when it comes to longevity, projection, and sillage. For an EDT, this is just ridiculously good. Excellent performer. 12 to 16 hours, and if you spray on your clothes, you will absolutely smell it the next day and the day after that. So that's how good and potent this stuff is. Love it. When it comes to this. In fact, when I do these reviews of other ones where I'm getting like 2, 3, 4 hours, it's like, sorry, if you can't beat this. I mean, it's just that it's a crying shame that they discontinued this one. They always discontinue the good ones, don't they? I went to eBay, and now it's like $250 a bottle on eBay. That's unfortunate, because this one should never have been discontinued. And if you guys know of any fragrance that smells similar to it, I saw a couple on Fragrantic, I'll double check later, but if you know anything that smells similar to this, by all means let me know, because it will be a very sad day when I run out of this juice. So when it comes to gender and age, come on. I mean, let's just do age right now and just say anybody who wants to wear it, okay? So you want to feel confident, you want to feel hashtag alpha male, if you want to feel accomplished, if you want to feel ready for the day, if you are ready to kick ass, then age doesn't matter. So I'll just say 18 and up. I mean, just to give an age, 18 and up. And then this is quite masculine. And so if you guys have begged for the app, I don't have an app. Okay, I just use my hands. This is the unsponsored Lucky Scent Continuum, and so here's unisex, and this is feminine, and this is masculine. And then I use these. I use my hands. Then I wonder why I have 66 viewers. But anyway, over here is masculine, and here's ultra masculine. We're gonna put this right here in ultra masculine fragrance. You know what I love about this one? This is a modern version of like how a lot of men, but a lot of women actually too, they ask for the 70s and 80s powerhouses, quote unquote, when men were men, right? They love the rugged nature of castoreum and the animalic fragrances of the 70s and 80s, and you don't see, obviously, that much because for many reasons right now. But this one is one I would point to and Man in Black, as modern, very masculine fragrances without getting into the necklaces and hairy chests and disco and right. We're not getting into the 70s carpet with cat piss and stuff. We're not doing any of that. This is a contemporary, updated version of a very sophisticated yet rugged masculine fragrance that I am addicted to. I mean, I just can't get enough of this. I mean, this is fruity, sweet, and boozy. So it's like, it just doesn't really get much better than that, okay, when it comes to the actual fragrance itself. Too bad about the bottle, but what are you going to do? So when it comes to seasons, I'm not doing it. I mean, you want to force me, the 66 of you who are watching this, you want to say, we want seasons. Okay, fine, winter. But this is 366 days a year for the leap year. And I can tell you now, you should, if you have this, you should wear this either every day because it's so awesome, or because it's discontinued. Excuse me. Or because it's discontinued, you could just save it for extremely special occasions, as I do. It is that good. So I guess seasons, if I'm forced, would be, fall winter. But this does not get it is certainly does not get too cloying in the heat, because I wore it all week, and it is I don't know if you can tell, because I'm still sweating after like an hour. It's quite hot here, and I wore it all week, and I had no problems whatsoever with it being too cloying. So I have a sneaky suspicion that those on Fragrantica will probably say winter and fall, but I'm going to say 366 days a year, even for leap year. It is just that good. So it's certainly a nighttime fragrance. It's certainly romantic. It's certainly romantic night in. It's romantic night out. It's clubbing. It's a wedding, reception. It is ultra formal. It could be ultra informal. It's whatever you want it to be, because it's just outstanding as a fragrance by itself. So that's that. Now, when it comes to versatility, I find this. I'm going to call this quite versatile, and I'm not going to say highly versatile, just because I would watch it if you wore it to work. Especially if you're in an area where the company is promoting fragrance free, or if very strong smells are frowned upon. This one, I would probably avoid this one then, and wear something like Chrome, by Azzaro, or something that's more along the lines of a nice or out of the shower fragrance, something maybe a little bit lighter. This one certainly will have a scent trail and a scent bubble. So you are going to, if you're in meetings and stuff, and if you're in a small area, for good or for bad, you will certainly get noticed. So be careful during the day at the office with this one. Nighttime, just sit back and get ready for the compliments to roll on in. Okay, so when it comes to the rating, you guys know already that I have to give this, as excruciating as it is for me. You're upset. You're upset, and I'm hurt too. Okay, but I have to keep it real and give this a 5 out of 5 sprays. This absolutely merits a bonus spray that I give, and I've only given it twice. And that would be 6 out of 5, except for come on, look, it's like, I feel like bouncing this on a basketball court. It's bad. Come on, the rubber, and and then the fact that you have to do a DIY and tutorial to get it to spray correctly and conveniently, that's a shame. And so, Thierry Mugler, if you are watching this episode, please bring this back. Number one, do not. It's already been discontinued. Please bring this back. We have money, okay? We are loaded. And so we have money we want to spend on this. Please bring this back. Number two, even if it's that silver limited edition canister looking thing, I'm even okay with that. But please give this the facelift it deserves, in a beautiful, sophisticated, gorgeous bottle, because I'm not feeling the whole rubber thing. It's just disappointing. So a whopping 5 out of 5. If I could give, just on terms of fragrance, I would say about a 7 out of 5. It's just that good. But I'm going to go with 5 out of 5, reluctantly, sadly, when it comes to this fragrance. And I'm going to go 1 on each side of the neck, 1 on each wrist, and then 1 right smack dab on the Scooby-Doo t-shirt. Yeah, let's do it. Boom. 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 Oh, yeah. Boom. And, go ahead and do it, Scoob. Zoinks. Boom. There you have it. 5 out of 5 for this masterpiece by Thierry Mugler. Is it better than Pure Havane? It is. You guys like Pure Havane more? I can't say that I do. That said, what we can all agree on is this is just absolutely ridiculously fantastic, superb, and phenomenal. I have had so much fun doing this one. This has been a great review, and just as importantly, this has been a great week, because I've enjoyed so much wearing this one. The only question mark will be whatever happened to the batch code, so you guys can let me know on that. And if not, let me know what you think. Do you like pure malt? Do you like pure Havana better? Do you like pure zest, actually? Do you feel like it is worth the term masterpiece? What is your favorite fragrance that is discontinued? See, I have all kinds of questions. And then if nothing else, don't forget, leave your scent of the day. Something I really enjoy is sitting around and checking out all of your fragrances. And as I said before, that's kind of like my newer way. In the last year, that's how I've kind of geared up to do future reviews, and I take those in consideration for obtaining samples. So that's something I certainly enjoy doing. There you have it. Amen Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. 2009 Amber Woody, sadly discontinued. I hope you are doing well, and always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody.
The number you have dialed has been changed.
Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature. I wanted to quickly add my percentages when it comes to masculine and feminine. I said this was an ultra masculine fragrance, but when it comes to people who own it, who wanted it, who have it as their signature fragrance, who actually asked for this and wanted a full bottle in their collection, I would say 95-5 on the split. I think you're going to get about 95% being men and 5% women. In fact, of that 5%, they might even keep it in their collection just to take an occasional whiff to make them think of their man. It is that good, actually. And so it is a whopping 95-5 split when it comes to this ultra masculine fragrance. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Friday.